special guest in here today. Y'all already see, man. We're gonna start off with some introductions, and then it's gonna be a rugby video. I'm gonna let y'all know off jump, so y'all buckle in and get ready, okay? So y'all already know who I am. This is Collectors United, and this is a compatriot, a good friend, a fellow collector, an enthusiast, and I'm gonna let him introduce himself, and I'm just glad he can make his way onto the studio, y'all.
How you doing, y'all, man? My name is Chaddie Lauren, known as Chaddie Low. Great opportunity to be here next to this great guy, this great fellow rugby brother, compatriot. I mean, I call it just being in the field because, like, the passion that we have for it, man, you can't teach this type of passion. I mean, it gotta grow in you. So, like, when you run into people that got that same passion like you, man, you just gravitate towards each other. So, I'm happy to be here. Happy to give you a little story about me and, just let y'all know why rugby is number one.
Come on, man. Look, y'all already getting the vibes already, man. So, look, like he said, we're going to touch base on how he got into collecting because once again, yes, this is a home for Ralph Lauren collectors, even though we are branching off into other collectors. I have interviewed and you're going to see a couple other collectors and what they got, but we all want to know, what drove you there, what started you, why did you get this desire to start collecting this?
I mean, I would say when I get asked this story, man, the first thing I always tell people, you be prepared to laugh because it's a funny way that I started, but it shows a dedication through time, though. But first, I want to shout out my man Black, Proposition Black. I think he's the first guy that actually gave me a piece of just on some brother. Hey, look, you went shopping.
Okay.
Gave me a little piece. I still have the piece in the house. By the way, I call pieces lays, like items, it's a thing that we use, we call them lays and pieces. Like, that's how you could tell a connoisseur from like a regular collector or like somebody just started, using pieces. But, back to the story. So I had Proposition Black, aka, African Younger Black, bought a rugby shirt, original long sleeve, elbow pads and everything, and I was like, I mean, cool, I wear long sleeve shirts, but I wasn't too much of a fan of collars.
Yeah, that preppy look.
Yeah, preppy look. I didn't even know what preppy was really back then. Obviously, I'm not from here. I was born and raised in Italy.
Yep.
Born and raised. I came in America. I had to, get adjusted to American mood because in Italy, I was a little bit different. More into Benetton 0123 or Lacoste.
See, he dropping the brands, y'all.
A little bit of things, Sergio Tacchini type stuff. But yeah, definitely. So when I received that shirt, man, I was a young student. I was at school, and I wore that shirt, and the attention I got from people, man, it was great. It was, wow, we get this shirt, and I'm like, I don't even know where I got this shirt from. I was a gift. So I just kept saying people was a gift, and caught the attention of a nice, pretty young lady,
Here we go.
That I've been, I'm trying to pursue. Never could get her attention, but got her attention that day. Okay. I was like, oh man, so this what did it right here? Is this the little horse right there?
Wow.
So that right there played some kid intellectual mind. I'm like, you know what? Maybe if I do it again, maybe I can get her attention again. So I was like, let me try to get another shirt real quick, just so I can walk her path again, and maybe I can get another compliment.
From her, if it ain't broke, don't fix it.
Yeah. So the second compliment came again, so I was like, all right, if it ain't broken, fix it. I think I find a technique I'd attract the people that the lady that I like, and that triggered another thing too. I was like, you know what? If I can wear this and get attention every time, what would it be if I wore this stuff like every day? What would it be like? So I was like, this is way ahead of my time. I'm like, wow, I got two pieces now. It's 5 days in a week. There's 30 days in a month. So I'm just thinking like, yeah, gotta go buy some more stuff. Gotta go buy some more stuff, and then that was it. That right there built up. I also felt that like I always had like an addictive type of how would you say, like not mentality, but like behavior. Like something that I like too much, I overdo it. Like I just like it so much.
Yeah.
So like that,
you're in the right place, bro. You're in the right place.
So that addictive mentality became into like like now I want more.
Yes.
More and more.
Yes.
And it just became like 5 days. It became more like, let's see if I can do a whole week, and then after the whole week, let's see if I can do a laundry period, which
Yeah.
is maybe about 2
2
weeks.
weeks. Yeah.
After the laundry period, I was like, man, I started noticing, and people started noticing what I got on, and I'm like, yeah, maybe if I can show if I can do a month straight, and that was it. And after that, it just became, hey, can I? And then I always thought about that Dame Dash thing, man. He always said, man, he only wears Air Forces like one time. He only wears underwear one time. So I was like, maybe what if I could get enough pieces where I could forget about wearing that piece ever again? Just start collecting, and that's what changed my mind for the rest of my life.
Man, you said a mouthful, bro, and I don't even know where to start on that. But let's start at the back end. We gonna start at the back end. Like I said, you was like Dame Dash was like, yeah, wearing one pair of Air Forces and forgetting about pieces. Bro, story of my life, man. Like, I'm not gonna make it about me, but like I said, man, you said so much, and I can honestly say, bro, it started out like that for a lot of people, just getting one thing, and then you're like, you know what? Let's see where this can go. And next thing you know, you got two things, and next thing you know, you forgetting about pieces, bro. When I say you hit the hammer, hit the nail on the hammer on the nail, my bad, y'all. I forgot about pieces in my closet so many times, man. My wife has even gotten on me like, you don't wear this stuff and all that, and she's like, oh, you need to get rid of. And it's crazy because the stuff she wants me to get rid of, I'm talking grill pieces, bro. Stuff like this you got on. Like I'm trying to tell her like that's not going nowhere, because at this point,
grill pieces, man.
Come on now.
If you're not a connoisseur, you don't even know.
It's pieces a lot of people ain't got. It's pieces that when you go out here in this world, one, if you're a collector of most things, especially fashion, a lot of the stuff you're going to wear is not even produced anymore. Even if the brand is still alive, that version of whatever that clothing item is, that's probably long gone. And a lot of collectors take pride in that, especially in the polo community. Like I said, rugby got discontinued. You got some of the old 80 polo pieces. Those aren't really getting remade. A lot of those aren't getting remade,
and even if they remake them, they added to, they cater to like the era that we in. So
of course,
it might resemble the 80s look, but they might add a little bit of 2000 era stuff into just like make it like, because now we live in an era where there's more emblem, more bigger stuff. So it's like now, diversify and everything like that. But sometimes you could tell like collectors, like I done been in a situation where I wore a piece that I bought now, but it's a piece that resembled the old 80s, and I ran into a person that had the original piece. And they looked alike, but you could tell the original one from the remake one, like the Polo version compared to like the Polo Sport. So like even Polo Sport in 2026 might try to remake 1985 Polo Sport, 1989, and you could tell the 1989 compared to the 2006 Polo Sport.
I would like to say I think it's a lot to do with the material too. Like especially with the knits and stuff. Like they'll remake something and don't even remake it in a knit. They'll make it in like in a crew neck or something. And it's like, they'll put the same emblem on it, but it's not the same material. It don't have that same feel. And I do want to touch on, because you said Polo Sport. I have a couple of sportsman items, and a couple of them have gotten remade over the years, and I've touched several of the remakes with my hand, and I'm like, it doesn't even compare to the original that I have in my closet. And I had to search for that original, but when you touch it, you can definitely tell. And one thing about rugby, just touching rugby, you can know that it's made with quality.
Definitely.
If you weren't there, or you kind of missed out of 2014, that was the last year, then you're going to have to shop secondhand or search really high and low for something new with tags, because not a lot of guys got the rugby new with tags. I do, but I ain't selling it. So,
like I said, that secondhand rebinding and everything. Like we live in an era now that like everything is overpriced right now. So I remember when that store was closing, I used to tell myself, listen, man, I need to top up as much as I can, because like first of all, I knew that like I know that this stuff probably will never come out again. And then, just me just doing research and everything, I knew that it was a brand that like will probably come and go. but like for the people that touch that era will always be part of their era and everything like that. So it's like, starting collecting, I've seen like, Denim Supply,
Yeah.
Polo Sportsman,
Yes.
like even like chaps and everything like that.
Yeah.
There's brands that they come and go, but like once you keep the original piece and everything, like you can always bring them back because I always felt that like people keep up with the Joneses. Me keeping up with the Joneses is something I don't want to do.
Yeah.
Keeping up with the Joneses is something that will drain you to the ground. So I always have that mentality, like, you know what, Chad, pick your lane, stick to your lane, stick to your lane, and do your lane good.
Yes.
I try to use that in every aspect in life.
Yeah.
I try to master what I can do. I try to master that one lane and try to do it as best as I can, And I feel that like this brand, this rugby brand, especially I love Ralph Lauren. Don't get me wrong.
Yeah.
But once you become a collector, there's some like
I
would call it the big umbrella.
Okay.
And there's like little babies come around, and I swear that my baby's that rugby baby, man. Shout out to David Lauren, his brother, man, for bringing out that line. Like that's my line because there's things that I've noticed that like right now, what I'm wearing right now. This is items
from going to the fit, bro.
We in 2026, man. This outfit right here was purchased about maybe I'll say about 12 years ago, and it's still intact and everything like that. While other items, newer items, you could probably wash or I call it even a closet can eat up your clothes. Like you might think that you can just keep it nice and tender in your closet, but age, just being in closed places, it can eat up a closet. But like rugby pieces, man, they've been washed and everything. They still fit good. I don't think I'm the same size I was before, but back in my college days, but I can still fit it very well. So it just repeat a cycle. Everything comes back 20 years again. So
I'm checking the pants out.
It's ironic that
look like with them the dog hunt pants here.
Yeah, and it's ironic that I'm wearing things that my mom used to force me to wear when I was young. I used to hate corduroy. I used to hate corduroy. Now, man,
I can't get enough of corduroy.
It's not enough that I can't do without corduroy right now.
Yeah, man. I'm glad you brought that up, bro, because corduroy was a death sentence to me when I was coming up because I'm like, especially when you was going to grade school and stuff, other kids wasn't too nice if you was walking up with some corduroys on because everybody was wearing jeans and stuff.
That's what I wanted. But
now I only own 3 pairs of jeans, and one of them I refuse to wear, so I only got 2 pairs of jeans.
Ask my friends that we tell they see me with some jeans.
Yeah, so but like I said, the fit, bro, like got the duck hunt corduroy pants.
Where you got the foxes.
Yeah. I got the fox. Like I had to do it. I had to do it, man. I knew he was stopping by, man. I had to do it. I had to throw in the rugby. This is actually not rugby, even though it says Polo Rugby on it. This is a polo sweater, but I felt like it would match. I do have the matching cricket sweater, but I ain't, I ain't want to do all that digging this morning for all that,
cool.
But that downhill ski of blue, man.
Appreciate,
Yeah, man, they know what it is.
Now, I definitely thought about the weather. It's cold. It's cold out here in the DMV area, so I just thought I could dress according to the weather.
Nah, bro, I'm really digging that fit.
And that's the thought. Thank you very much, man. Definitely, man. Because
real
recognize real.
This guy,
man. I'm happy that being in the area that I live in right now, I get to see other people that look like me.
Yeah.
Just like me and everything.
Yeah.
I do know a couple of people, not in this area, but follow a couple of people on Instagram. Shout out to the guys that I follow in there. And it's a great community. It's a really, really great community of the people. I like that we tight knit and everything like that, and it's able to like maybe when I touch other cities, touch other locations, I get to run into these people. We just shoot each other a quick message, quick call, just a quick touch base, and I run into my folks and I think that's a great opportunity because it's just like I said, like you were saying, sometimes you might forget about pieces you have in your closet. I mean, when you get to that level of connoisseur and collectors, man, a lot of times I might forget about an item, and then I might see it on somebody, and I'm like, oh, man, I forgot I had that right there, man.
Yeah.
Or I might see a commercial.
Yeah.
We live in an area where algorithms, stuff just pop up, and I'm like, I have that. You know what?
Yeah.
Today might be the day I need to throw that on. So I do forget. That's one of the collectors' people problem. I say there's 2 problems all collectors go through. I'll give you the top 2: forgetting about the item and that infamous closet hanging, falling down. I'm sure that every collector didn't see that closet just one time. And that's just the perfect sign of you got too much stuff in there, you know.
Yeah.
And that's one thing I can recognize about most collectors that I know. I can tell that like we got the makeshift closets, you know.
I got everything's in bins. I don't even put my stuff on the little stuff, the little unless it's like dress shirts.
Okay.
But other than that, everything's in bins because I done had stuff collapse
or reinforced hangers or
all that
because we don't want to go through it, you know.
All that. Hey, I be seeing guys on Instagram showing pictures of they closets done bust down and all that, man. And my heart goes out to them because nobody just wakes up like, yeah, I'm gonna have to clean all this stuff up and then see all my stuff on the floor. But
and a lot of people that be color coordinated because I like to keep my stuff color coordinated.
Yeah, know? See, I had posted a video of my closet. Well, it was a reel, but that was my old closet. That was about 2 closets ago. And when closets. That about 2 closets ago. And I can't even live like that now because it's no way I can put that my stuff on that hanger. The reel that I posted, that closet, I actually broke that closet. Now in the picture it looked all nice, but that actually collapsed. So everything's in pretty much bins. I try to fold it up nicely. Certain things I put in a little plastic. I've had stuff in a storage place before where mice got to my wool garments.
Yeah,
that was probably one of the worst days of my collecting career. Because I got a couple items with little chew holes in it, bro.
Yeah. I've seen those. I've seen it.
And it's hard to repair that.
And I'm questioning myself. It's like these things have been in closed compartments, but and that's when I thought that like closets do eat up garments. You know, it's not just how safe you think it is. Sometimes it's not just being worn. It just beats it up because sometimes you might get to an item, you might just see like little just breakage on the item, and you just be like, wow, what is that from? And it just like not being worn. You know, you got like whatever closet animals that you think that we don't see, but like that stuff beats it up. So just like, you know, you gotta.
Bro, I had something crazy happen.
You know, thankful for you know Nordstrom's, you know, teaching me the good patterns how to fold stuff and everything. So I like to fold things and everything. Keep them hangers because I'm scared of the bins and everything like that because I don't know. You know, I forget. I like to visibly see my items as well too. So like when you close it up into like a closed place, you might forget about it. So, you know, but you know, everybody got their own style.
Everybody, You gotta find a way. At a certain point, you gotta manage it. You gotta manage it. You know, so and I think I spoke about that on another video that I did, managing it. You know, it's just the best way you can. I know some guys they do, you know, I don't suggest it, but bags, I don't suggest bags, but bins, like you said, even if you have the clothing bags. That's what I'm saying. Like the clothing bags that can hang, and you can fit maybe 2, 3, 4 pieces in that one bag. Like I'll suggest something like that. But if just managing this enormous amount of stuff, man, that's actually your number one job, bro. So how you do it, that's on you. And I was because I was going to touch on because like when you was like you know, even if you fold your stuff, I have a storage unit under my bed, but just to, you know, piggyback on what we were saying on how stuff can get, you know, damaged, just not even doing anything. I have stuff folded, and a cardigan of mine was folded. I guess it was on top of another cardigan, but the buttons had interlocked while I was pulling it. One of the buttons popped off. And I wasn't even wearing the item. Now I gotta sew the button back on, and I wasn't even wearing the item. Haven't worn the item in, I want to say maybe 2 years.
At all, you know.
and now I gotta redo the button.
Redo it. Very true. Very true.
So I mean, like, you know, just problems of collecting, man. You know, I'm so glad you're here, man. And I know we can talk about this all day, every day, and I do want to talk about a couple pieces while I have you here. I don't really have the time to have people here and, you know, have them actually, you know, touch the physical items, and we can actually go over the garments and stuff like that. So the first thing I want to go over is the infamous Rugby umbrella. So we're going to definitely go over that because I know he's a big fan. And y'all already know it's actually something I keep right here in the background. I got a couple little trinkets right there.
You ready for any weather?
You know. So I mean, bro, if you want, you know.
I mean, the first thing, man, like the item, man. You see, I fell in love with this blue and yellow pattern. You know,
that's
that pattern is in our tag of our clothes too as well too. And you know, like I said, I love Ralph Lauren because you know that's the main thing. But like, I definitely fell in love with this because I felt that like my college days was like my best days. I fell in love with the collegiate style because what brought me to Ralph Lauren, apart from just like that sad story about a girl, I felt liking my outfit. I'm really a combination of me learning English in this country, which is I feel there's a very hard language to learn. I had to use assistants, and my assistant was TV help. So my auntie she will put these infamous TV shows, and one of them was Mr. Rogers. You know, Mr. Rogers, I remember one thing about him. Every morning you'll come down from the little steps.
Yep.
With the little red cardigan, come down. It's a beautiful day in my neighbor. You always listen to that little song. I used to be like, man, who does? But I'm only watching it because my aunt will put the subtitles on it for me, so I can learn the English terminology and not just pronounce words, but also learn how to spell them. So he always, and like I said, one of the hardest words for me to learn in the English language was neighborhood. Mm-hmm. Neighborhood is one of the hardest words for you to see as a non-English speaker.
Okay.
And that's the word that Mr. Rogers will always pronounce every morning coming down the steps. It's a beautiful day in the neighborhood. And I'll just be reading that word every time. So I'm practicing that word. So now I'm eager to see it the next day so I can practice it. But now I'm in mine is outfit. Mine is out that cardigan. Yeah. I never knew what a cardigan was. I didn't know such thing as crew necks and everything. I just admired that look.
Yeah.
So that look stuck with me every time. So that right there already came into me, and showed something about style. And then another thing, I mixed Young Dro. Young Dro helped me with my collectors because I liked the style that he was bringing in, that Ralph Lauren look. I like that. So basically, when I say the Chaddie Lauren style is really is an infatuation with Mr. Rogers. I would say Young Dro, Carlton Banks, and then Vado, the Harlem rapper.
All right.
So I think those four people right there created the style that I am right now because Vado brought the rugby to me.
Yeah.
Prior to me finding out about rugby, I was really a Ralph Lauren collector. Mm-hmm. And I really didn't know because another thing, rugby was a store that was not in every city.
No,
it was selective cities that had that store. So for you to walk around with a rugby piece, it already stuck you out from the regular crowd of collectors. Now you can actually see what part of America that you're from. So like now I already know you must be from Boston, you must be from Chicago, Washington, D.C., and San Francisco. And ain't too many places Japan, exactly. Yeah. In Japan, exactly.
Yeah, or just out there.
That era wasn't really too big into online shopping, so it wasn't too many people just ordering things online.
Right.
So that right there just it gave me another stepping stone where like, now I'm wearing something that I know that average person can get to it.
Yeah.
So like this, so now get back to this. Like these colors right here is what made me like, you know what? This is a lane that I like. I like the material, I like the color, I like the pattern, I like the exclusiveness of it's not common. It's not common. So yes, I like it because we wear it and everything, but also the uniform is uniform for our people, but it's also the selective of you searching. A good collector is not just a person that just buy things just for the hell of it. Mm-hmm. I think a connoisseur, I think the definition between a collector and a connoisseur, now you get into the value of things, of knowing was actually good for you, was actually good, and what's a domestic piece compared to just like anything that any average Joe can collect. So I just think that like rugby got to a level where, I like Ralph, but you're gonna take it to the next level of that right there. So that just made me love this. And this is a piece that this is an item that we in a DMV, the weather gets bad a lot, and I think you can whip this out plenty times. And I think that along with the pea coat and the raincoat and everything that comes along with it, I think you can really damage the streets with an item like this. So I'm envious of the people that have it and everything because I don't know. I had this item I misplaced. I have to look it in my mom's place, because I use my mom's storage as well too as another place because my own domestic place is getting out of hand, and our loved ones are the main haters that try to get all the rest of the stuff away. So, but I love this, and this is a never ending. This is a never ending piece. I think like 20 years from now, if I ever look at this interview or ever look at these items again, I would still be on it just like I am right now.
Yeah, I feel the same way.
Yeah, and
I feel the same way. And I'm glad you brought up Young Dro because I did want to bring out the infamous Young Dro sweater that he wore, the orange one.
The orange one.
Yeah, we're gonna go over that real quick. Yeah, man.
Horses.
Yeah, we're gonna go over that. Do a little wrap up, and yeah. So 1 second, y'all. Oh, it ain't the one with the horses, if I'm not mistaken. It's this one right here.
Oh man, oh yeah.
Yeah.
That's from that Vado video.
Yeah, this from the video.
Polo. Yeah,
I don't normally do too much, but I got company. We in the studio, so we gonna do it a little bit today, man. So yeah, this the infamous orange one.
And if y'all don't know that video, man, Google it. Yeah. Vado featuring Young Dro. It's called Polo.
Yeah, man.
You definitely that video right there.
No, I thought, was it Rugby or Polo?
Yeah, is it called Polo? I think it's called Polo Rugby. I think they mentioned both things in the video.
Okay.
But it's definitely you would definitely find it just Vado featuring Polo, Young Dro.
Young Dro.
Yeah. You would definitely see the both styles that I'm talking about. You will see the New Yorkish rugby wear like with the long sleeve, like hoodies and everything. And then you will notice the Polo, and then you will see the Young Dro style, which is more southern, but still Carton Banks with the sweaters tightened up and everything. So don't get it twisted. Like Young Dro had a couple of good things in mind and everything too. So combine them together, that gave me my inspiration to like, you know what, Chaddie, come do your own thing right here.
And once again, bro, like you said, that video went super viral. It was going before viral was even a thing for real. But I remember this. I got this because of that video. Like I'm not even gonna lie. I got this sweater because of that video. When I seen it, because I already knew they had like the navy blue ones. I think they have a black one with the wings on the R or something. But that orange pop, man, it's something about this orange, man.
And he wore like he was a professor.
Yeah, man. He wore like he was a professor, man. Yeah. I think he had like a checker striped shirt on under there like you did, man. So
and to this day, man, I'm still a Young Dro. No matter no matter what happens to Young Dro, whatever,
Yeah, man.
I still call him he's still a pieneer, man, because when it comes to longevity and consistency. Yeah. See, I always tell people, man, I meet a lot of people that wear Ralph Lauren. It's not a problem with that.
Yeah.
But like the consistency.
Yeah.
How long can you do those pieces? Yeah. How long can you do it? Yeah. And once I told myself that I can go a school semester without retouching the items again, I was like, all right, now I reached another level.
Shout out to my low life. What they say, burn me with the low on, man.
Burn me with the low on.
That's
man.
how
low life, low life,
man. That's a shout out. That's why I'm like,
and it's crazy. You got certain everywhere, man. Yeah, you be amazed. I see low life in Mexico, low life in Guatemala, low life in Brazil.
Yeah. London. They got guys out there in the UK. I know some Australia cats collect polo hard. I've got a couple pieces from a good Australian collector. I'm not going to say his name because he don't really like to put his and everybody knows I don't gatekeep. If a person want me to drop their handle, I will, but he's not one of them type of people. But just to say, it's I didn't realize how, like you said, how global this thing was.
This thing is big. It's to the point that I got friends. I got friends that like put me on to things. Like, hey man, Chad, you seen these people right here rocking it? And I'm like, yo, I might have know the person, or maybe not, because once you start becoming kind of short, we kind of like, even though we might not follow each other, know each other, algorithms has brought each other into each other's pages, and we recognize, real, and we recognize people that's on the same mindset as all. But I didn't notice so many people all over the world, and it just made me appreciate how big and nice this thing is, to the point that like he even tried to create like a little committee over here, because like I see committees like I said earlier, Ralph Lauren is the big umbrella, but you got people that like fall in love with the specific babies. I know people that like, just stick with the Indian look, but maybe like the the Indian sportsman look and everything like that. Then I have some people that strictly with the denim and supply look. If you love that Western look,
double RL,
I got the little, bougie guys that like the
suit and tie,
everything. So everybody got their own avenue. But at the end of the day, Ralph Lauren's still the top one up there.
Yeah, man.
And no matter how you do it, where you do it, man, how you prolong to do it, at the end of the day, we got one common thing, and that's we love what we wear, and we love the brand, people that we love the brand, and we love the people that love the brand.
Yeah, man, bro. It's when you just said a lot, bro. Like it goes from different styles so quick. Like, bro, I'll be on Instagram and I will see, like you said, that England look. You got the tweed jackets, the herringbone suits, things like that, all Polo. But then you take it to the New York guys. I'm talking Polo USA, head to toe, big Indian heads, stuff like that. Then like, you take it down south, like you said, you got the Western looks, double R rail.
Yeah, because it's nice that like
it's just not one lane.
Yeah, it's not one lane at all. Yeah. And then different regions of America give out different products to like according to like the demand, the demand in that place. So in the colder places, you might see people with the layers, heavy layers. Down south, people, they're sunny, they like colors and short sleeve things. So it's all about what you like, and that's why I love both, because I love the upstate cold weather. I love my colorful things down south. I love the Western look, and I try to implement everything.
Yeah, I got a little bit of. I got a little bit of everything.
But if I had to ask, man, I'm a rugby baby, man. If I had to ask, I'm a rugby baby, man.
Yeah, man. Just like in another interview, guy asked me. I'm sorry, not a guy, Jaron, because he asked me, because my name's Polo Romeo, but he notices that I have a lot of rugby. He's like, well, why don't you go by Rugby Romeo? But just like you put on, like you said, it was Polo first,
Yeah, definitely.
And that's kind of like in an interview, I kind of gave a long-winded answer, but like I said, it all started with the Little Pony.
It started with the Little Pony. Yeah, it all started with
it didn't start with the rugby.
$65.99. $65.99.
Some guys I know
come in every color, every complex, everything, man. It started with them t-shirts.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Everybody will tell you. I have a funny story. So when I first came in America, in the late 90s, the teddy bear shirt was a common thing. So I was attracted to the teddy bear first before I even know what it was, the horses right there.
Okay.
Once I was able to get my own money to buy it, I started buying the horses. But my nostalgic feeling was I wanted to get those t-shirts, those regular simple t-shirts with a regular teddy bear on it. That's the first thing that I got attracted to right there.
Yeah.
So it changes through times and everything. It changes through times, but like I said, everybody started with the little horses and everything like that. That's like
I know I did.
The starter package.
Yeah.
Starter pack.
I know I did.
Yeah, and I still do to this day now. Nothing wrong with the little horse and everything, because that's my regular everyday, clothing, everything like that.
Gotta keep a little pony.
I just took it to the level where, wanted to be more specific, wanted to be, digest all the items very well, and I noticed that there's so many other avenues. So,
bro, I'm glad I had you on, bro.
It's a great feeling to be here, man. Definitely,
for real, man.
Year after year. Like I said, man, I met this guy through algorithms, man.
Yeah.
I've nothing in common other than what we wear and what we like. Algorithms show that who we are, and then the genuine bond that we build right now. You would think that we've been brothers for life, man. But it's like it feels like brothers for life. Just because,
bro, I ain't trying to cut you off, but it was something you said when we first kind of started linking up. You were like, bro, just us not meeting people in this area, because when I found out he was in the area, I'm like, whoa, what? Because I'm not gonna lie, like, don't get me wrong, I know there's Polo collectors in DC, of course,
definitely,
but do we run into each other? Do we meet? Like, unless you know these guys, no, especially a rugby collector. So that was the big difference on us.
Yes, definitely.
I have yet to come across a rugby collector like him on his level in the city. I'm not saying there aren't any, but the ones that I met, that's just him. So once we met, that's kind of really what kicked it off, because it's like, oh, man, you got that piece? Oh, well, you got that piece? Well, I got this, man. You got that piece too? And we just start going from there. And then
I go on this page.
Come on, man.
I be bored sometimes. I scroll all the way down, just to see, like, man, this guy been dangerous for a while, man. Just to see items. Sometimes just to see items
over here, bro.
To see some items and be like, man, not to like copy what he wore in that outfit, but just to like damn, man, he did that nice,
Just
man.
saying,
Like, okay,
it's always saying another way you can put it together, bro. And that's how looking at your page. We talked about Mo 55. Even Mr. Parker.
Mr. Parker. Yeah. Hey, what's up, Mr. Parker?
Yeah, shout out Mr. Parker. You know what I'm saying? Like, seeing these guys put it on in a different way always gives me more inspiration and let me know that you're never done. It's always room to improve, grow, search out better pieces. Maybe swap some things out. I feel like I've not changed my style, but I've tweaked my style several times. I wasn't big on bow ties. A lot of my guys know I wasn't big on bow ties, but I slowly started getting on the bow ties. I wasn't big on tailoring my pants. I used to like a loose fitting, flowing thing, but I'll tailor my pants here and there now,
Yeah.
But hey, once again, it's all about tweaking, learning where you can do a little bit better. And if you gotta check other guys' page or females' page, whatever, because some of the women put it on too. You know what I'm saying?
Definitely, man. And, RL girl, man. Yeah, I see you, girl. I see you.
And just getting inspired, by these pieces, man. It's always a great thing. Like I said, I know tons of guys on this app that when I say they have perfected their craft, bro. And these are the same guys that give me compliments, and I'm sitting here, I don't even know how to take the compliment because I'm like, dude, but look at you, yeah. You know what you're doing, man. So, but that's the love, though. That's really the love, man.
Love, man. And I just hope that, we continue this. I just hope that I pray that this podcast, this thing that you got going on is good, man, because you reunite, it brings people around. I'm a big fan of it. I love what you're doing, man. I love the people that you talk to. I love the skits that you're doing, man. It's just, it's nice. It's definitely nice, man. For somebody close to me around here, man, definitely appreciate that, man. I just hope this thing keep going. We become a great community and everything. Hope I get to meet more of your friends and everything like that. Yeah. And y'all keep watching it. Y'all keep watching this, man.
Yeah, man. Keep on watching, y'all. Y'all already know.
We ain't done, man.
Yeah, I'm about to say, he definitely coming back. Everybody's going to come back for either a part 2 or part 3. So this ain't gonna be the last you see of Chaddie Lauren.
Like like on the DJ Vlad podcast, you got your returning. You got your Tony Yayo keep coming back. I'll make sure I keep coming back.
Man. For real, man.
I'm loving this, and it feels good, man. It feels good to have some low on, man.
Yeah. Come on, man. All right, y'all. Look, man. Y'all gonna tune in again, man. I'm gonna have Chaddie on again, man. For real. Peace.
This was